All right, let me pull this mic closer right quick. This is going to be really important. So please listen up. Joe Biden and all his supporters, let me tell y'all something, bro. L for your attempts to try to restrict the Constitution. L for your attempts to try to put Trump supporters or anyone who is supporting this country, because apparently if you don't support, or rather, if you support your country, you are to be seen as an extremist and therefore you don't deserve a voice. That's apparently what the far left or any liberal or Democrat talking head would like to tell you. Your voice doesn't matter. In fact, you don't even deserve rights. You don't deserve your humanity. You don't deserve to have a representation. Your voice doesn't matter to them. If my voice doesn't matter to you, then you want to know what matters ultimately in this conversation? It's the conversation. Because remember, you said Black Lives Matter. I'm a black voice and I'm speaking on behalf of my country and support of my country. And you don't like that support. So therefore my voice no longer matters to you. Ergo, the reason why we're having this type of discussion and I'm making this type of video. So if my voice no longer matters to you, my voice never did. If you have to ask the question whether or not you need to determine if I deserve to have any form of talking point, or rather, you're having trouble trying to determine if I can speak or not at all, you were always that way. You never changed. Save me that bullshit that, oh, that was the old Democrats. We're not those same Democrats. You're the same. You're the same. And race always seems to be a never-ending issue with you sons of bitches. You love talking about it. I'm tired of the conversation being brought up, quite frankly. I don't want to hear people even give a accusation about something being racist, because quite frankly, I don't experience this. I don't ever experience this. And if I do ever put up with shit like this, it always has to come from a far left, leftist, Democrat reject. And they happen to be either white or black. Doesn't necessarily matter. Both of them are racist. By you guys' definition, because you claim this and that this statement that racism exists. I agree. It exists among you. It exists among you. And you don't like it when someone calls you out. And when someone does call you out, you accuse them of being some form of fascist. Flagging them off social media to making sure that they don't have a voice to represent themselves or anyone else for that matter. But yet you're calling them a fascist. And at the same time, you're exercising the activities to become that of what you accuse the other party to be. This hateful, divisive speech that Joe Biden has decided to orchestrate. And it doesn't necessarily matter. Excuse me. I was watching somebody's stream, which I was preparing for them to go live, but it looks like that they went live. I'll watch it later on after this, but this is a video that I had to make sure to have a commentary to talk about this, because this is something that bothered me. It should bother us all in this country. I don't care about other countries right now. I don't care about the USA right now. I only care about the US of A. But you claim a lot of people are of that of which you condemn. When you are that, it's possible for you to hate something so much that you will become that. Well, I've seen that very much. I was raised in a Democrat household, and I was the only logical thinker of that household. No one else was logical. I was surprised to see that a lot of these people even stayed alive that long, but then again, the majority of my family lineage just seems to be dying off. Literally, dying off. They're dead. And I'm still alive. I remember I used to always ask this question: how are these people this stupid and still living? Heavenly Father was like, you know what? That's a good question. Let me go ahead and take some of these people's lives. They don't need them. I didn't pray for that shit to happen. It just simply happened. It was just a question, and I just had it in my head. I pondered some things. I just didn't understand it. It's just there was no logical sense in keeping a detestable dumbass alive so long. There was no point in this individual to be still breathing. Now, mind me, I have my screen on my Discord. It's my Discord page. I have some gaming stuff. I have some stuff that shows food and all that. But never mind that. I also have a not safe for work section. So obviously, not safe for work. Not going to be showing that stuff on YouTube. So let's save the risque images for offline purposes, possibly. Even though I'm still online, even though I might get off or on YouTube, so it doesn't really matter. We have a very strange turn of events of things that's happening in this country. But you can't say that people like myself didn't tell you guys so. I don't like sounding like a broken record, but I said the American people are corrupt as fuck, bro. These people are lost, not lost. That determines that they don't know a direction they should walk into, or they should walk. Excuse me, they should go. They don't know where they should go, and that they are not at fault to take responsibility of the actions they commit. So no, they are far from lost. In fact, they know exactly where they're going. They know why they're doing it. They're not lost. But that used to be a mindset of mine. They know not what they do, is what the Bible scripture says. Where they're going, what they're talking about. They know all of this shit. They know everything of what they're doing. Whenever someone tells me that they don't know about certain things or some things, regardless of what subject you would like to talk about, if it could be weapons, it could be cooking, it could be sports, whatever the case. Everyone is open to the opportunity to watching what these things are and what they do and what they're about. So it's impossible for you to not know. You're not that ignorant, especially after 30 plus years of your life. You mean to tell me you don't know what this thing is? And someone was telling me they haven't heard. What's the best example? I don't want to be completely off the point here. Hmm. All right, let's do this. Someone will tell me they haven't heard of dodgeball. Yeah, so you never participated in anything in school that involves you having a ball thrown at you as you proceed to try to dodge this ball to the best of your ability. You've never done any of this. No, I never heard of it. But since you hear me talking about it, that means you may have heard someone at least have a conversation about it once or twice, right? No, I don't. I just never heard of it. Have you ever heard of pecan pie? No. What is it? At an instance, whenever I hear something like that, like what is it, or I never heard of that, my brain will kind of freeze up because it's like I can't believe these motherfuckers are actually still like y'all got a hold of smartphones and whatnot, and it tells you about certain things, and you mean to tell me your phone is smarter than you? And then there's the COVID lockdowns and all the ridiculousness happening with this country and its people, and how people let these lockdowns determine whether or not their children go to school or not. And if you are not able to send your child to school, one thing that you could do is homeschool. But not a lot of you are capable of doing that. Whether you want to admit it or not, you're pretty dumb. And a lot of this country is probably so. They don't want to get any better, any stronger, any faster, any wiser. They just settle. They eat all these disgusting foods, which aren't food, they're just a bunch of poison. Even if not poison completely, but fragments of poison, to a point where it's destroying your biological construct to stop you from becoming any better. A lot of you are slow talking, you're lethargic, you're slow thinking, you don't know how to comprehend things. You can't even have a conversation with more than 2 words. It'll be a hi and bye or whatever is in between, and then that will be the end of that. I just got done making a post on my Discord about how niggas are. They are very disgusting folk, bruh. Which is an interesting that it's just so interesting I brought that up. So I'm going to go ahead and read these lines to you. I said, nice to know that I'm a boogeyman to niggas. Text chat to death until it's time to talk or actually show the fuck up in person. I will get threats from niggas that do not like me. They don't like my political views. They don't like what I'm talking about. They don't like me being the person that is not like them, which is weak and mostly soy based. Bunch of soft ass, A-cup titty grown, foo-foo, My Little Pony, Polly Pocket dress rocking son of a bitch. Because I'm not like that, dude. I'm seen as an outcast. I would be glad to be an outcast and not like the likes of you. You piece of shit. Soft men like you piss me off. You make me sick. You're weak. And a weakness always make me sick. Can't stand these weak sons of bitches. Not long ago, I was on this application called IMView. I'm sure some of you might have heard of it. There was this individual who did not like me. And the main reason he didn't like me because his bitch was getting roasted by my woman. His bitch then decided to include me into her little drama, into which I responded, watch your fucking mouth, bitch. You seem to be talking proudly in front of a man as if there's an invisible shield around you stopping you from getting fucked up. Because I don't take back talk, smack talk, or any of that very kindly, especially coming from a full-grown adult. I don't take that shit kindly. Excuse me for a moment. I gotta do something. All right, my bad. I had to throw something away. So he joined in the chat. And as he joined in the chat, he then decides to say, and let it be on record that he was the one to give out this threat to say what he would do to me. Saying, no, I'm not even going to go on Discord and have a screaming match with you. You going to meet me in person. Come pull up, nigga. I was like, all right then, nigga. What you going to do then? My street name is Sylvania, Holland, Sylvania. In Toledo, Ohio. Sylvania, Ohio. Right next to Toledo. When you show up adjacent to this street, I will show up and I will end your life. I'm not even going to have this full-blown argument with you, dude. I'm not going to have a back and forth text chat. He was like, no, what's your address? What's your addy? Like, I'm not giving you my address so I can post where I'm laying my head, because I'm going to shoot the wrong motherfucker. He was like, nah, I ain't trying to hear nothing else you got to say. Just post your addy. I'm like, oh, okay, I see what you're trying to do now. You're trying to get my address just so you can call the police and pretend that someone is in trouble here and get my house swatted. That's what you're trying to do. Because your little full-blown fuck boy faggot ass ain't gonna do shit. You gave your threat, which is online, and your threat is only going to end online. America is full of weak niggas. Y'all ain't gonna do shit. You won't. Another reason why I know he wasn't gonna do anything is because he didn't even post his own location. Nobody knows where the fuck this boy stays. Why do I want to give it a 100% guarantee that this dude is living in a liberal bastion somewhere? You know, a liberal bastion state like California, New York. And if this dude came from California, conversation would have ended. I'm in Ohio, dude. You're a country away from. Get away from me, bro. Just stop even trying to give these threats. You ain't about to do shit. Imagine that somebody from Japan is giving me a death threat, saying what he's gonna do. Boy, I would wish you would show up. I wish you would. It's bad enough that we are on the cusp of a civil war. Everyone is on edge, including myself. I stay physically training every damn day. Never caught lacking, always stay with my firearm carried around me no matter where I go and what I do. If I catch an unfamiliar face show up to my neighborhood, you're going to be riddled in holes. If you survive, you will be shot again. I am not going to argue, fuss, go back and forth. Have some heated issue with another grown ass man. Dog, we ain't gonna do that. That's not how we roll. I said I ain't built like Brock Lesnar, but these liberal soy boy fuck niggas still fear me. I gotta beg a nigga to talk, but a bitch shows up easily. Why is it every time that whenever I post my Discord link, post my number, all that shit, a woman will literally pick that shit up, dial that number, call me, and she'll be taking it all. Don't really matter. She will call me. And why is it, like I said before, it doesn't matter if she's even taken. What this shows is that she doesn't have confidence enough to depend on the man she's with. If she's still taken and would rather have an open discussion and conversation, not even open, no. Because if it's open discussion, that's different. And no, it's not different, actually. It really isn't. A married woman should not be in having a conversation with another man. I stay by that. The scriptures tell you. I don't want to talk to your woman. I'd rather talk to your husband. Not gonna have a conversation. What bond can I create with another woman? That's kind of weird. I don't I don't find any form of unity with you. It's just weird. You're my female counterpart. The Heavenly Father has made you to be a helpmeet. You're not a leader. You'll never in your entire life be a leader. You haven't made not anything on this earth except problems. But the fact that you have enough balls to show up to a fucking voice chat before your man does, and your man has the bigger problem with me, says enough. There are no longer men in the US of A. And if you do find any of these men, they're rare. If this country is ever attacked, America is fucked. Men barely exist anymore, as I said at the bottom line. This is sad, bruh. If a nigga can't get his hands on you, he'll make sure someone else does. But it's funny that the same group who is pushing for the defunding of the police is using the police as a tactic to get you dead. They've done it with Marjorie Taylor Greene. They've done it with Trump. They're trying to do it with anyone they have a problem with, to make sure that since they can't stop you from speaking, they'll make sure you die by another means, or that you're silenced by another means, which is for you to die. I now have the mindset, the thought, that if you're a liberal, you're a demonic Satanist. Can't have an actual conversation with a liberal-minded individual and expect them to have something of a stable mind to want to build a better society. I'm not sorry for what I'm saying. No, every time I see a liberal, what's on my mind? This motherfucker could be a pedophile. Liberals seems to be on par with a lot of demonic shit. The proof is in the pudding. The worst part about this is that you get threats from motherfuckers that are slow. Again, they're lethargic. They're lazy. They're fat. They're grotesquely obese. I'm talking not morbid. I'm talking grotesque. I've seen a picture of a woman, and I've seen a picture of a man earlier. I'm not posting any of these pictures up here. I'm not showing that shit, lest I get my damn channel flag down. The size of these two, both of them combined together on an elevator, probably one of them is enough. Won't even get the elevator to lift them to where they need to be. But I digress. The elevator could be better. It could be heavier and enough for them to get to where they need to be. I'm just saying, like, they look heavy as shit. Who in the hell eats themselves to a point to where their stomach is hanging over, bruh? What is that? And why would you threaten physical combat with someone that you know is going to train wreck your ass? Why do you think that this is a healthy idea? Let me go ahead and fight this dude. Do you not know what the fuck is going to happen to you after or during that fight? You're going to lose breath, and I'm going to be wailing on your face, and I'm not going to stop. I don't know what will stop me, but just know your face looks scrumptious. I'm going to turn your face into a speed bag. Nigga, I punch bricks for a living. Your face squishy as shit. Man, stop trying people like me. Bare hand punch bricks. I don't care about none of that shit you talking about, boy. Somebody come get their Gen Z kids. Then again, the nigga that was threatening combat, physical combat with me, or threatening to take my life, wasn't even a fucking Gen Z. This dude was kinda close to my generation. Assuming if he is. I don't know. He could be some. I don't know his age. I just know the nigga wanted physical combat or he wanted to take my life and use this death threat to give himself some form of, I guess, some points. They'll say anything they want to online. Not understanding what's going to happen to him if he ever does engage into that type of situation. And I'm not involving the cops. However, I know the cops is going to be involved at a certain point in time whenever something does happen to him. I'm telling you, if he shows up at my crib, I'm going to annihilate this kid. If you find him, rather, let me say this. If you find a new sandwich selling at your local McDonald's, just know where they got the meat from. Just know where they got the meat from. You see a new sandwich advertising at Arby's, they got the meats all right. Assuming if there ain't too much soy in that boy's system to where he wasn't. Let's just say he just might not be healthy enough for himself to sell as an advertisable role. Where do you get off threatening motherfuckers that you don't know? Also heard that I'm heavily armed. Dude, watch your fucking mouth. So Biden, these are your people. These far left lunatics that's going around here threatening to kill and to maim, dismember folks. Run around here lighting business aflame and giving death threats online to folks that they don't know. These are your crowds. Oh, and also this guy that also gave me this death threat, he is an avid white man, or rather white people hater. He hates you. White folks, I want you to understand this dude's name is Javid. This nigga hates you. He hates you, but living in your country, acting as if there is no way out of this country. And hell yeah, I'm name dropping. Name dropping like a motherfucker. And yeah, I used to be in that mindset to where I used to hate y'all. I don't even understand why I did. But then again, I was taught by the likes of these people to hate you, and I don't know why the hell I had this idea to listen to them in the first place, because these motherfuckers have no power. They don't do shit. They're not good for anything. They just run around here complaining all the goddamn time. They're broke as shit, lazy, fat as fuck. I can't build a business with these complaining ass crybaby fuck boys. Because I was raised by the likes of these little weaklings, I ended up having a weak mindset growing up, and I got out of that shit. Woke up and repented and was like, whoa, wait a minute. This ain't putting money in my pocket. What the hell am I doing? You let these motherfuckers speak and they have the most toughest time trying to explain themselves. They can't think straight. Assuming if they are even straight. Yo, a lot of these motherfuckers aren't even straight in the first place, so you know they can't think straight. That shit gone. Got little Nas X type motherfuckers, boy. It hurt my head remembering that damn incident whenever I was fussing with that boy. I'm like, dude, do you not realize who the fuck you talking to right now? I'm old school, dude. I believe in the old way. I don't argue. I'd rather fuck you up. I am not here to... I don't grant second chances, too. That's another thing. You fuck up and burn your bridge is burnt, and that shit ain't coming back. Fire is made for destruction. It also can be used as a cleansing agent. So in this instance, you have cleaned me from the friendship that we used to be in. And the dude used to give my Discord channel server boosts. This dude offered to buy he offered to buy me Discord Nitro, bruh. I told him, no, don't do that. Just focus on the boosting of the channel, bruh. Don't buy me this Nitro. I'm good. I'm good. I don't need it. I don't need it like that. And if I do, I would have it myself. I will not need anything else other than the additional, just the boost. And you don't have to boost it that much. Just give it the standard boost that you will boost it monthly. It's just that. All I'm cool with, bro. Gotta do that. He could tell you himself, assuming if he ain't some lying piece of shit. But you know these motherfuckers always lie. You know liberals always lie. That's why nobody even believes them. At least I'm thinking nobody believes them. But based off of the people that vote for them, I'd like to beg to differ. I've had this conversation already before. I said either Trump is lying and he legitimately lost and people supported the downfall of their own country, or he's telling the truth and I'd like to see mass arrests happen right now. Either one of those two things. So people do support Democrats. I don't know why they do. That is unless this country isn't too far gone from the worshiping and representation of Satan. But then again, I thought about it. In Tulsa, Oklahoma, there was the Ten Commandments. The Ten Commandments were taken down for them to erect the Church of Satan. That was in Obama's era. If you don't believe me, go and look up history and, you know, it's all there. The files are there. You don't need for me to go and pull that shit up. Y'all grown as shit. You can do that. Just go look it up. It's right there. Plain as day. You can see that right to this very moment. Fucking there. These are very detestable people. And the fact that they are given platforms just so they can go online and fuck with others. And they expect you to not say anything about it when they do. It's not too different from what I had to deal with on TikTok with my over 50. No, actually. One of my accounts was over 50K following. But I had to keep making new accounts because my accounts kept getting flagged down because I was rising high. And I was rising so high to where they had to stop my numbers. The news I covered always exposed the Illuminati elite and all that shit. I had over 5.1 or 5.2 million following. Now my voice cannot even be heard anymore. Every time I make a channel, anywhere I go, I am censored, shadow banned. It would be nice to have a boost, to have someone that shares my videos and my channel and also give likes and subscriptions and things like that to get me out of the range of the shadow ban. But we're in an era where if you ever do have to post anything, you have to try to cheat the algorithm to make sure it doesn't ever use certain trigger words against you so you won't get heard. It's weird. It's weird. I don't like doing this, bro. I like just speaking straight up forward and just go ahead and let that shit be a post, and if someone likes it, they will consume it. You know, I shouldn't have to pull my punches in order for me to have a damn platform, bro. Either you like me or you don't. If you don't like me, keep the fuck off my goddamn profile. You gotta flag me down. But the ones that flag you, the ones are the ones that can't even have a civil discussion. They're the ones who cannot be reasoned with. They have become the damn Terminatrix. Take a quote out of, Tommy Sotomayor. And also the Terminator movie. Feel free to check that shit out. It's a classic movie. Arnold Schwarzenegger and all that. I don't want to take too much longer because I don't want to miss this stream. I do want to consume what the hell is happening here and kind of use it for the basis of another stream that I might make in the future, assuming if I didn't miss too much here. But I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. I'll be back shortly, and peace.